What is up, lads and ladies? Hope you're all doing well. As per usual, welcome back to the show here at Esports Talk. Grab some liquid. You're going to need it because some of the biggest news yesterday, well, it involved Trainwrecks and Nickmercs. Nickmercs and the MFAM having a hosted by EA Apex Legends event just yesterday. In case you guys missed it, go back and watch some VODs. It was a good old time, except for those who maybe could not participate due to EA having some pretty hefty restrictions of who could play and who could not play. I'm going to stem back to someone like Daltush, who I probably say that name weird, but a TSM member who was amongst the first to find out that he couldn't participate in Nickmercs' event. And what exploded yesterday was Trainwrecks also not being allowed to compete in Nickmercs' Apex event, apparently because of his Twitch gambling streams. Now, we covered that way back in the day if you want to dive back into it, but a huge debate because EA obviously makes a good chunk of change off a similar method of what some might compare to gambling. But here's Nickmercs when he first found out that Train could not compete.
This morning, my manager got a phone call, from EA, from Apex. It's just not the they don't want him involved. Point blank period, So my assumption and understanding, is that it has to do with the stuff that he does on stream, I mean, personally, I'm not, I don't really care so much, right, about the gambling stuff, but, when you're doing business and stuff, it's going to be tough to work and to be, squared away with people who, are pushing it like Train. They're definitely pushing it. So that's full transparency. That's what's going on, I did.
And so apparently when Train found out about this, he did not hold back, taking to Twitter a few times or a couple of times to address this. And to what I'm sure all of you guys on Twitter also saw was a lot of responses on him not being able to play. As he first simply said, and adding EA and saying, EA just told Nickmercs I can't play in his EA-sponsored Apex tournament because of my gambling streams. And of course, that started taking off. He later adds, live in the morning for EA's favorite, CSGO loot boxes, and bonus. See y'all in 5 to 6 hours. But the biggest tweet that a lot of people did see is he followed up quickly saying, hey EA, you corrupt shady Fs. The real gambling was done by you when you paid me $150,000 for 4 hours of Apex, a game that no one gives an F about me playing. I'll sponsor Nick's tourney for double what you offer, you virtue signaling FIFA pack gambling Fs. And yeah, that was crazy. And there's obviously a lot to unpack there. The simple thing being that if you guys know EA and you know some of their primary games out there, especially one like FIFA or even one like Apex Legends, where opening packs of either of those games and many others could very much be considered gambling, right? You spend money on those, you're most likely not going to recoup your money in those games. I think it would be fair to say between FIFA holders, our pack openers, and heirloom hunters out there. Beyond that, EA's revenue model is based on the loot box system, which many would consider to be gambling. So to restrict a streamer from competing in one of your events because he gambled on stream, it's hypocritical by a lot of eyes out there and very insane, but Train obviously not holding back. Of course, he then goes on to find out or let us all know that he was paid $150,000 for a 4-hour stream on Apex, which is nuts until you look back and Ninja was actually paid $1 million for a single weekend playing the same game. So EA certainly loves to shell out. Apparently don't love, though, when apparently you gamble not in their games and want to play in some of their events. Now, this does actually stem back even further. I believe it was YouTuber Kazi who brought this to my attention, but Nickmercs also having a clip on another member out there, a TSM member known as Daltush, who also could not compete. Now, I'm not here to dive back into his controversy, which apparently EA is why they're restricting him from competing as well. I'm not going to say whether or not he should have been banned from the event. I'm simply saying that it wasn't just Train that was restricted by EA. I'm going to assume it was also EA restricting Nickmercs from allowing Deluxe to also compete.
Cat Daddy, Deluxe is not an option. I don't know how to tell you that other than just telling you that. I don't know what happened. I don't know who he pissed off or what's been done. But Deluxe is literally not an option for anything. Not to play, not to cast, not to nothing. And I do not get involved in other people's business. That is all I know. So you can give me the huhs, the whats, the what happened. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. What are we gonna do? What could it be? And I'm going to tell you I do not know. And that will be my answer for the rest of time. As it is the truth. The complete truth.
And I don't know what he's done, all right? So I'm not here to pass judgment whether or not EA made the right call there, but certainly some questionable calls by EA, and I would say some controversial ones that did face a lot of backlash and a lot of debate as to why that decision was made. I did reach out to Deluge to ask for the exact reason. He has not gotten back to me quite yet, but it does seem EA had some pretty heavy restrictions for their Apex event through Nickmercs. I think there's going to be a few people out there that think Nick made these choices. He certainly did not, but we'll see if he talks about it any further. What do y'all think about this? EA restricting Trainwrecks from competing in Nickmercs Apex event because he does gambling on his Twitch streams. What a world we freaking live in. Drink some water, drink some coffee. I'll catch you back here sometime soon. Take care.